EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. All that and more coming up next.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. Charles, the Bears, trying to piece things back together after a tough 3-14 campaign. But they've got one guy they can build around, though, and that's Justin Fields.
And he is quite the talent, and they're trying to build around him indeed, because they've added pieces in free agency, added pieces in the NFL draft. They want to get away from him having to use his legs as much as he did in 2022. They want to be able to throw the ball and move the ball downfield that way as well.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Lions, they're going to be a pretty trendy sleeper pick. I feel obligated contractually to mention that they've only won one playoff game since 1957, and that number gets more and more impossible every year. But finally, Charles Davis, can they break the string in 2023?
Break it, snap it, cut it, whatever you want to use. This Lions team, I fully expect to be in the playoffs in 2023. I like the way that they're being built.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Soldier Field. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles, Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season, he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Herbert once more. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Fields. He'll get that underneath to Herbert. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, 34 yards. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3rd and 4. Now it's Goff. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Back deep, Trent Taylor. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They run with a former Panther. It's Deontay Foreman. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. through the middle of the field. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 73 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. On the return, here's Tyler Scott. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. 19 yards that time for number 19.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Herbert now on the option. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Fields. Buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Here comes third down at 7. Now Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken at the 18. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Read option, here's Herbert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. Taken from just outside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st down, Goff. They'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
To throw is Goff.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's Goff. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Gone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right, because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher, because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Second down, they go back to Herbert.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 31-yard line.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Kari Blossingame.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that, because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. From the gun, here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today. But they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw. Goff. That's taken in. Complete to Reynolds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Goff throwing again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. On 1st down, it's Fields.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Trenton Gill now. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before break here. Goff. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Throw left side to Reynolds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now it's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Herbert. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now it's Fields. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Herbert powering up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Fields. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end, not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
They run it on 1st with Foreman. There he goes left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Deontay Foreman, 27 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was finished off by Deontay Foreman on the touchdown run. after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Goff now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So here come the Lions now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. T.J. Edwards from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Play action. It's Goff. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
That stop made by Jack Campbell.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to make it fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. To throw on second down is Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. He's got room at the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Goff. To the... But it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
106 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Moore, the motion man right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On 3rd down, Herbert.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 16. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now Goff on 1st down.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Goff. And he finds Montgomery complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd and 9 here. To the air again. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And this one will be brought back to the 22. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now motion left with Mooney. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to throw. Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Shifts by him. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Brandon, there was more on his mind there than just getting to the 1st down marker. Saw an opportunity to get a big play and wasn't going to let the defense do a lot to stop him from getting there.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, it's Goff.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Caught by Montgomery. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goff now looking to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the